Hello, everybody, and welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other three random things on my desk. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with the bauble. I got this at a random gift shop, and I don't know what to do with it, but I'm too guilty to throw it away. Jared.
I don't even know how to follow that up. All right. Armos checking in. Your favorite warlock that's ever happened.
Ever happened.
It's true. It's true. You know it.
I believe it.
One of my favorite things that I have on my desk is it's a twofer. One, air in the can.
Dude, I have the same one.
It's great. Let me tell you, being able to get the little crumbs off your desk, or you know what I mean, little hair from dogs or whatever it is, it's great. But then once you want to upgrade, you need to go to the plug-in edition.
What
you can plug it in.
What the hell is that?
It's called the electric duster. Let me tell you, you plug this puppy in, you can blow your desk off like nobody's business, and you can use it for your computer.
This is the best midnight infomercial I've ever seen. I'm buying
your
that.
favorite things on your desk are things that just blow air.
I just recently cleaned.
That is so
recently
lame.
cleaned.
Jared,
I just recently cleaned.
Jared, I don't know how to tell you this. Air is free, bud. You don't.
This guy pays for air, dude.
But yes, it's wonderful to be able to clean off your desk, and I just recently did it. It's great. Try it out. Dan.
Anyways, I am Dan. I play Minas Pebblewalker, your tiny little Minotaur Swarmkeeper Ranger. And if you don't know, I do the battle song. It's called Butterfly Knife. And I just fiddle with this all the time.
Those are illegal.
Illegal. It's a training knife, actually. So I can't, like, fuck up my fingers, you know? Can you hear it?
You can't fuck him up because he actually
yeah.
only has 2 left. So,
Yeah, it's super fun when you do while we play video games.
Or record, and you hear it.
Or record, yeah.
I'm going to start doing this while we play.
Oh my god, be a nightmare to. Oh man.
Yeah. Alec.
my name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashbourne, and one of my favorite things on my desk is actually this little piece of the Berlin Wall that I got while I was in Germany. Fun fact, Jared and I went to TwitchCon EU.
Yeah.
I think the first year, and yeah, it was in Berlin. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's just like a piece of like the wall. Supposedly, right? It could just be spray painted rock that they just totally sell. But supposedly it's like part of the Berlin Wall that fell.
But it's got memories.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it is true. Even if it's fake, it was a pretty fun trip. So
Love that trip.
yeah.
Tony, what do you got?
So my desk is always pretty clean and neat. The only thing that I have outside of my computer equipment is whatever I'm procrastinating on doing to the left of me. And this week is actually just some that people have lying around. The entire beginner box set of Pathfinder that I just recently got in the mail with the 3 core books. Yeah, so let this be a lesson to you, wizards, all right? Because I bought this just in case you were going to try to pull this shit again, okay? All right? So, yeah, just casually having the entire box set of Pathfinder. And with that being said, before we roll for the recap, we're going to go into the rundown. And the rundown is brought to you by me. And what I got to run down is, of course, our website, 404pod.com, where you can find a plethora of information, cool merch, and other information on there. It's pretty much our home base for everything D&D 404. And in addition to that, listen, if you've been going to work every day or hanging out, going to school, listening to us while you go to work, ignoring the wife or husband, you know what I'm saying? You've been tuning us in your earbuds and you still haven't dropped a 5-star review or whatever platform you're listening to us on, please go ahead and do that. It's free for you and it means absolutely everything to us. It's really a huge help and we thank you for doing it. And if you have done it, thank you. Many kisses and blessings upon you and your family. And now we're going to go ahead and roll for the recap. This is something new we've been doing.
Yeah.
Where I roll a D4, 1 being me, 2 being Jared, 3 being Dan, and 4 being Alec. And whoever it lands on will give the recap for last week's episode. Oh, I'm sorry. Jared is 4.
I'm 3.
Alec is 2, and Dan is 3. I think I got that part right. All right, here we go. We're gonna roll it. Oh, it fell off. Does it count?
Does it count? Does
We
it
have
count?
to
We don't
see
see it.
Wait, hold on. It depends if it's 2 or not. If it's not 2, then it counts.
Does it count? It fell off. It fell off.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Don't see it.
We're gonna re-roll it. It would have been a 4.
Yeah.
It is Dan
A
again.
3.
It is a 3.
Yeah.
This is fucking karma. This is literally
Remember?
karma because literally I asked, are we changing numbers? And I said, how funny would it be if the 3 was jinxed and it was somebody else? And you guys were like, no, we're keeping the same numbers. So then boom, karma, Dan. Enjoy the recap again.
It would have been Jared.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I saw it
think I
kind
was
of
gonna
go
be
off.
doing this again
the
tonight.
way I saw it go off the thing, I was like, it's definitely not landing on a number that's not me. I was like, there's no way. Whew.
All right, I need to down this Mountain Dew real quick.
Last time on DND404, the Bloodshard Bandits find themselves in a pickle. Gaseous form Armos and Drell jitter through a fissure like 2 farts in a crack. Menace gets chased down by an oversized tin can with poison stompers, but takes up powder after sliding down a ledge. Armor Andy over here goes on the hunt while Menace slinks through the shadows from boulder to boulder. 1 rock, 2 rock, 3 rock, boom! Hot diggity dog. A demon came out of nowhere, putting Menace in the sticks. These giants trade blows like King Kong versus Godzilla as Armos and Drell run out of gas. In a jiffy, the demon is defeated, leaving behind a massive blood ore vein. Armos tries to smack it silly with his tome, but Drell knocks some sense into him. Things go belly up as the armored atrocity bruises the bandits, and our heroes agree to skedaddle, living to fight another day. Off the hook, these 3 leave the woods and find Berthie and Sully on the other side. But enough of my gobbledygook. Stick around for a killer diller episode. Bard, cut a rug and lay down that sweet, sweet intro.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. Fellas, boyos, you have finally made it out of the Hangman Woods, and you saw a road post sign that said Raven's Rest, pointing down a road, the same road you have been following. And not too far ahead of you was a giant, holding a giant tree trunk with a small birdman, a Kenku named Berthie, who you remember when you first arrived at the town of Husk, pulling a small, sizable hand cart filled to the brim with bags and crates broken down, and he is like moving along. So the 3 of you are on the road. You hear Sully's sweet, sweet tune.
No, we don't need to hear it. We don't need to hear it. Nah. Oh.
Original sing along. Oh, I love that guy. So it's
Oh,
like,
Help!
yeah, the 3 of you are very messed up and bleeding, wounds, out of breath.
Speak for yourself. I feel great. Menace, why are you yelling at them?
I look behind us. No armor guy in sight. Oh, I guess we're fine. Hey, what's going on? Remember us?
You see Sully turn around, almost hitting Berthie with this giant tree trunk as he has to like duck under it as he turns around. Oh, hey boss, I think it's our old friends over there. And you see Berthie adjust his plague doctor mask. He zooms in and he goes, Oh, I guess it is. What do you think they're up to out here? They didn't come out of the woods there, did they, Sully? I don't know. I didn't see another way they came.
How the hell did you guys get here? What? I thought the only way through was through the forest.
What do you mean? We took the road. And he points to the road that's like bending around the Hangman Woods. It's like comically adjacent to the road that you just came from. And Berthie goes, hey, you guys went into the Hangman Woods?
Yeah.
Why would you go into the woods?
We had things to do, business to attend to. Important things.
Do you know anything about some giant knight? Does that ring a bell to you?
I mean, everything is a giant night here. It's always night. giant moon.
Oh my god, I can't talk to him.
A giant knight? No. Can't say I've seen a big knight walking around here.
It fell from the sky.
You guys been in the woods this whole time?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a long time. I'm surprised you guys made it out of there.
Oh, why? You been in there? You know what's in there?
Bad news. Sorrow sworn up the wazoo.
I don't know what that is, but a giant knight is in there. Fell from the sky. Does it ring a bell?
No, doesn't ring any bells.
You should go check it out.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go to Raven's Rest. We got some
You
business.
see nothing fall out of the sky?
Zelda, you see a giant knight fall out of the sky? I mean, I thought we talked about this. It's all one giant knight, right? I mean, it's always.
What about flares? Did you see any flares?
The flares that are going up in the sky.
Flares? And he looks up and he does see the flares. He's like, oh yeah, that's new.
Oh my god. I can't take this. I walk away. Just shaking my head.
You guys try to cut through the woods to get to Raven's Rest?
Try. I think we succeeded.
Yeah. This doesn't look like trying. This looks like accomplishment.
He looks at Armos all like scratched up, like his armor is like seen better days. Menace, you're like beat up, you're black and blue all over, like some of your hair is like falling out from like the necrotic fog that you stood in for so long. He goes, yep, one, and gives you a feathery thumbs up. Well, you guys hurt or something? I mean, I think I got something I can spare here. He goes through his cart. He's like trying to shift through something. He goes, you guys need any bandages or anything? I think I got something for you if you need.
Yeah. Let me see.
I mean, Menace, yeah, you need something? I'm good.
Yes.
I'm bleeding over here.
I'm bleeding over here.
Just kind of do like stretching while, no, I'm good.
All right, I think I can spare. Yeah, I got two of these I can spare. He takes up a vial that's very rounded shape. It has a cork on top, and the glass is pretty cracked, but none of the liquid is falling out. And it looks like a health potion, but the bright red color that you're used to seeing looks very dark and murky. It looks like there's like some clumps floating around in there. He goes, I balanced this out the best I could, but yeah, it's good. If I was gonna trade, I have a whole crate of these of trading over at the Raven's Rest post over there, but I could spare one or two of these if you guys need. You guys seem like good folk. And he hands you a potion.
So is this will just heal us a bit?
Yeah, that's what it's intended to do, yeah.
What do you mean intended?
Nothing here works. Is this like your food?
I mean, most of us don't eat in
Oh my God.
Shadowfell. I mean, if you need food, I think I got some pumpkin rations in here. And he's like going through his cart again.
I walk away just shaking my head again.
Menace is just inspecting it with his magnifying glass. I mean,
if potions could expire, this is what you would imagine it as.
right.
It's like a little sludgy.
I mean, when in Shadowfell, right, Armos? Cheers.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Menace, don't be rude. The guy gave it to you for free.
I'm still shaking my head, but kind of peeking out of my side of my eye to see what happens to Menace when he drinks it.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm so good at those. Not even worried. Like, I'll even use one of my non-normal dice.
Oh, man.
Got a 10.
Roll me 3d4 plus 4.
Okay. That's the healing, right?
Hopefully.
I got 14.
I don't like the way Tony's smiling.
Your stomach begins to gurgle, and it's like it makes a sound like right before you gotta take a really bad poop, and then and you heal for that much health.
I do burp a little. So it felt a little weird, but I feel pretty good. Oh, the necrotic energy's gone.
A small cloud of skull and crossbones with the skull smiling escapes your mouth very quickly.
Oh, wait, Armos, you didn't finish yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Armos, don't be rude.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. So we're just gonna hang on to it for a second until I need to walk this off a little bit more. Wait, you guys are going to what town are you guys going to?
Raven's Rest?
Yeah.
We're headed
Yeah.
for a bird nap.
That's the one for us. How far away is it?
We got a trip ahead of us, but it's you passed the hump.
Oh, well, would you mind a few more stragglers with you on the journey?
Hey, more the merrier, okay? Just keep your eyes out. Right? Keep your eyes peeled. You never know what's going to appear on these roads. That's why I got muscle behind me.
Wait, you're telling us to keep our eyes peeled? There's fireworks show behind you.
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep going. Okay, yeah, you're absolutely right. Maybe we should just mind up. Hey, what we do in Shadowfell is that you mind your business, okay?
Hey, what's this thing? And I'm rummaging through the cart.
Hey, he slaps you with like a paper fan. And it just like appeared out of his pocket. Hey, listen. Hey. So we got some business in Raven's Rest. People travel there because they're able to get, they have some services there that you really can't get anywhere else in Shadowfell. You could go there, and then the people who run the town will accept some goods or trades, and then you can like mail stuff to the material plane. That's what I do.
I could mail something to my mom.
Yay.
Sick.
So like, people who like pass here, the fallen, if they need to, sometimes like if their death was unjustified, they like to go there, and if they decide to help you out with what you got to offer them, then you could probably mail a letter, but it doesn't come cheap. It's pretty expensive, that service.
Well, like a Raven coin?
They'll do a lot for it. They'll mail something for a Raven coin, but they might question where you got it because that stuff is very common. Yeah, remember, you don't want to look too flashy around here. They might catch a whiff. They're kind of like U's. A lot of them are like U's.
They're shaped like a U. Interesting.
All right, well, we're going to keep going. So they start walking away. Yeah, you see Berthy pick up the cart, and he starts walking away with the cart following behind him.
As they're walking, Menace is like, I got a hand cart back home.
Oh, yeah? Does it skip every 3 turns? Did you see, like, the wheel? Like, half the wheel, and one of them is just, like, broken. So it's only, like, 3/4 of, like, a wheel. So it's like, boom, 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 boom. It's very loud.
Oh, his is better.
Hey, Armos. It's poultry, right? Like, we eat those? Don't we eat those? He points to Berthy. Like, we've eaten that before, right? Didn't we order like a couple wings? That comes from him, right?
I shut him up quickly, but I give him a nod before Berthy sees it.
And Reginald's like trying to ask more questions as you shut him up, and the 3 of you follow Berthy and Sully down the road. Is there anything the 3 of you would like to do as you're traveling?
A long rest.
A long rest.
Well, I mean, we could talk to them, see if they want our help getting there. I mean, maybe they'll just stop and wait for us.
Do you guys make the trip all at one time?
We usually travel as far as we can, so sometimes Sully needs a break, so we usually rest for a little bit. Why? What you got in mind? You guys need a rest or something?
Yeah. Do you guys mind hanging out for 6 hours, 8 hours?
He takes off his plague doctor mask. He looks at you, and he's like, "Hours?
Mm-hmm.
What hours?" And he like looks at the 3 hours, and he looks at Sully. Hours? And Sully goes. He makes like a circle with his fingers. Time. He goes, well, we can relax for a bit, but we really shouldn't wait too long. These roads aren't safe.
All right, let's just push on then.
We can rest when we get there, Armos. Hopefully.
Better hope we can.
All right, let's do our way to Raven Place.
You guys need a snack? I got these pumpkin rations.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I could definitely eat. So of course.
You guys do have the vegan food, by the way. That
no
handmade.
Does this have any sort of meat in it?
It has just pumpkin that I've been growing in my yard.
Oh, I'll stick to these, unfortunately. And I pull out like my part of Menace's vegan food.
Menace is munching on some spinach as they go.
The 3 of you continue down the road, and you feel like some time has passed, but you're never really sure. As always in Shadowfell, and you look behind you, and you feel like the forest is miles out of view. You can barely even see the top of the tree line. You've been going up hills and down craggy paths, and the road has been exhausting to a certain point. And as you walk, you feel a chill on your shoulders. The hair on your neck stand up for the 3 of you. But you don't feel fear. However, you feel more deja vu. Everybody roll me a perception check.
18.
15.
7.
As you guys walk, you stop suddenly, as it feels drastically weird as you are on this road. And you look around, there's nothing of note, except things start to briefly come into your pure view. Minas with a 7. Now this goes for all for you two as well. Minas, you smell fresh air, like you're back at home for a minute. Like you smell lush green vegetation, trees, flowers all around you. You don't see anything. Drell, you look around, and through the shadowy landscape, there are shimmers with light at the corner of your eye. Kind of like when somebody takes a photograph and you see those squiggly lines evade you at the corner of your eye. You try to look at it and it always keeps going.
Yeah.
The corner of your eye, you don't see Shadowfell landscape. You see the material plane around you. You're getting like these quick visages of like where you are in the material realm. It's very blurry, and as quick as you see them, they disappear. And Armos, on top of those two things, you see a creature standing off to your side, short and crouched, with two thin arms placed between its two massive legs on the floor, sitting like a dog. Its shape is something you have not seen before. It looks monstrous and scaly. Its body stretches and arcs like a cat. Its head is small, but it has one eye like a cyclops, an elongated jaw hanging ajar. It's staring at you, and when you move, it looks like it's moving with you.
What?
You see this weird, monstrous, scaly creature.
Ah, wait, we have seen this before. Haven't we seen this before?
What are you doing as you are standing still, observing your surroundings?
Does it know that I see it?
It's looking at you. It's staring at you.
I'm gonna continue to act normal until I'm a little closer.
What Minas and Drell, what are you two doing?
I think Miss is just looking around, just going, "Hey, you guys smell that?"
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like my eyes are playing tricks on me. I'm seeing color and like the world, like we're not even in Shadowfell for a second, and then it just like disappears.
Say what?
And then you guys, as you're like looking around, you also see Sully go, "Oh, watermelon.
Okay.
Hey, good guy, and I slap him a little bit. You good?
Melon, melon," and he points like somewhere off in like the dead field. Big guy, snaps his feather. You all right? Stay with me, bud. You see, Berthy is unaffected.
So we continue still, or are we?
Yeah, I would assume so. I guess I'm kind of just still looking around as I'm walking.
You just don't tell us about the creature.
I'm waiting for it to move at all. Like if it makes any kind of movement, I'm gonna jump all over it.
The three of you move as Berthy snaps Sully out of whatever daze he was in. As quick as it came, the visions go away. Everything returns back to normal. This moment passes.
Ah, I would have fucked that thing up if I could have.
Sully, you all right there, bud? I hate when he gets like this.
Is this normal? Cause what was that?
You guys felt it too. Okay, so that we call it realm tethering here. Those who are fallen, there are certain parts of Shadowfell that are like closer to the material plane than others, and sometimes they overlap for a moment, and you get to see what's going on in the other side. But like, you guys would see that, not us, because we're from here. We've never been to the material plane.
So that one-eyed monster that was staring at us, that was just right over there, and I'm kind of pointing to where it was.
You see, he pulls out a knife shakily. The what?
It's plain as day. I saw the thing right there. I thought it was causing all of this. What other things are going to happen on this road that you aren't telling us?
A lot of things, but I don't know what you're talking about with one-eyed monster. Well, there are a lot of monsters with one eye. So not just those that are born with one eye, just those that have three eyes and lose two of them.
Oh my god.
Some that are born with none and get one.
Yeah. Why don't you go on a little bit, almost explain what it looked like?
Looked like gargoyle of some sort with one eye, sitting there staring at us from just up the road.
Reginald is just contemplating. I've seen a gargoyle before, of course.
Of course.
If I see it again, I'm shooting before I even try to do anything else.
Armos, make me a history check.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
Armos, is it in your book? And you see Minas is now munching on a cabbage.
Yeah, Armos, why don't you look in that book you have?
25. I historied the shit out of that.
And with the help action of your two players metagaming.
You have a monster book, right, Ormos?
Yes, you recall seeing something similar. A page out of an old monster guide that you got all the way back from a very specific
I knew I've seen
cabin.
you before. It's right here. You guys should have told me.
Yeah, that's what we've been doing.
And what the book has written down is a loose drawing of what you saw. Like, it doesn't look like a one-for-one copy. What it relates to or seems to you is something called a Nothic.
Yeah, there it is.
Nothics are created from magical beings, specifically wizards who chase knowledge and then end up corrupted by that knowledge or tormented by that knowledge or just consumed by it. Doesn't necessarily mean by dark intentions, just something greater than they're able to understand. And then the notes go a little bit more in detail that they become obsessed with that knowledge and they may or may not lose sight of previous knowledge not related to that. Something that's really smart but just hyper fixated on one thing and just knows a lot about that one thing.
I share the information with the guys.
You flip the book open, you shove it in Minus' face, you get this thing.
That's what I saw. It's this, and I pointed over to Drell.
Oh, ask them if they've seen anything like this. Show it to those guys. And as Armos goes to show it to the other guys, I kind of pull Drell aside. I'm like, hey, Drell, you said it was something consumed by magic and stuff. Do you think Armos could turn into one of those?
Very possible. Very possible.
Yeah.
You should probably just not let him hit any sort of aura anymore, just in case.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay. Word.
Yeah, Minus, now that you wrote down your name in the book, you could turn into one of those things too.
Oh, wow. Wait.
Careful with that.
You too.
Well, no, I'm not magical.
Wait.
Not magic.
You're ripping the pages.
Sully lifts his index finger and then like turns the page and like now there's like a page completely soaked in giant spit.
You're in the book. I magic hand and try to pull it, and I'm just like, Give it back.
Armos and Sully comically tussle with the book.
Oh my god.
I like to imagine Armos is being like carried in the air, holding the book.
All right, I'm sure this is all great and wonderful. Can we go? We're in the middle of the road, in the middle of nowhere. I would like to get there sometime this century.
Sounds good. Let's keep going.
And Armos, you get your book back. Woo! And the three of you continue on your way. More time passes, and the three of you are really starting to feel it.
Feel what?
Tired. You're starting to push the point.
Really?
So you look back and you feel like you've walked many more miles. You're not sure how much time has passed, but time has definitely passed for you. And your bodies are starting to be tired, given the fight you just had and the distance you possibly have walked in Shadowfell.
Fun.
If you're going to continue forward, you may take an exhaustion point here.
Hey, Dorothy. So how much longer do you think till we get to Raven's Crest?
Well, we're kind of almost there. It's still going to take some time, but why, you need a break?
Yeah, I'm good, but I think Armos and Minus are getting kind of tired, so we might, just for them, we might need to like take, a short rest or something.
Okay. Hey, Sully, how you doing up there, bud? I could go further, but I'm good. We could take a breather. Sleep.
All right, so I think it's settled. Sick. We're gonna, we're gonna be over here if you guys need us. And I guess, is there just anywhere off the side of the road that looks a little bit comfortable?
Everybody make me a nature check with disadvantage as you try to find something.
Would you say a survival check?
A survival check would also be good, but at disadvantage here.
God, I rolled a nat 20 and a 5.
I got a 15.
Sucks.
I got a 23. Oh wait, disadvantage? Fuck.
Yeah.
14.
Okay, Minus, you find something that the five of you could rest at, relatively comfortable. It's still somewhat out in the open. It's not very well covered, but nothing around you is covered. So you're going for efficiency here, where you think you could rest and get going without going too far from the road. And the three of you set up camp. As you guys like try to start a fire or something, Bertie goes, no smoke. Rest, and then we get going. We don't want to alert anybody to our presence here.
Oh, okay.
So the 3 of you are going to take a short rest here? Question mark?
Unless you're good with a short. Are you both of you guys good with a short?
I'm fine with a short, but if we're like desperate for a long, it'd be nice to get some spell slots back.
Oh, then let's do that since you need a long rest for spell slots. I know Armos doesn't, so yeah, we can do a long.
Yeah.
That works.
All right. The 3 of you decide to take a long rest as Sully just sits down and collapses and falls back. Starts snoozing. Berthy stands his card up, leans it down so nothing falls. He's like, okay, good, perfect. Okay. And then begins to disrobe, completely naked, hangs all of his stuff
What the fuck?
over on his cart. And when he disrobes, his feathers are like a Pomeranian, giant feathery fuzzball, and then furls into himself. And you just see this ball of black feathers and this large beak sticking out of it. Just looking at the 3. Right.
I mean, a little heads up would have been nice.
You guys are taking a long rest here. Is there anything specific you would like to do during the long rest?
Yeah, after we nap and kind of get our wits about us, I do kind of walk over to Armos. I'm like, hey, Armos, Drell, you come here too. So what was that name you said back at the cabin? Layla? What was that about? You want to like talk about it?
Yeah, Army, you want to talk about it?
I told you my dream. I got bullied.
Feeling vulnerable, he tries to get Drell to share first. Drell, what were your dreams?
I was just, what was my dream? Like sometimes how you like have a dream and then you wake up, you can't remember what the dream was about.
Am I the only one that remembers my dream?
Drell finds it a little bit hard to realize, or at least talk about him being seen as weak or vulnerable. And it was horrible. I had a gray beard and I was all shriveled, and I don't like to talk about it. And then I guess I continue to kind of just break down everything that happened.
The glutes too? Even the glutes?
Menace, please. I'm still sore subject.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't imagine going through that, Drell. Oh my God, you must be. Oh no.
It's horrible.
I don't think anything could have been worse than that. What was your dream about, Armos?
Hey, give me all the details, Armos. I'm here for the tea.
Armos starts to give them a little bit more information on what kind of has been happening. The dream I had was about my past. The person I used to be. Person always getting the best of bad people and unspeakable demons. Until Riz Gulak, a toad with devil horns, took away the most important thing from me. My hellhound named Layla. The next vision was me trying to get Layla back by summoning her back. During the summoning, her favorite stuffed toy was in my hand. Once the dust settled, no Layla. Only Reginald.
Don't cry.
So let me get this straight. The giant toad demon thing you tried to make a deal with to give you more power ended up taking your most prized companion away from you. And then this whole ritual that you tried to bring your dog back to life is what brought you Reginald. Is that right?
Well, hey, Armos, if we ever find that big toad, we'll help you beat it up, okay?
Menace, write this down.
Feeling embarrassed, he asks, Menace, what was yours? You any other details on yours? Or is it everything you've already told us?
Yeah, so basically, I went out, I snuck out, I was looking for this moonflower, and then I didn't find the moonflower. I was actually tricked by Miranor, and he kind of did that loogie thing where you like dangle the loogie over your head, and then he spit on me like a jerk. That darn jerk. Why does he always be such a jerk? I'm sorry. Basically, I got bullied when I was younger, and it was very traumatic. I stare into the distance.
That is interesting.
Oh, also, I was at the table with my family, and one of my childhood friends was staring up, just kind of screaming, and
Screaming?
I don't know. Things went crazy.
Wait, what is that about?
I don't know. It was making this like drone noise, and then all of a sudden they all turned into the Hydra that I'm trying to hunt, and then things went black. That's when I woke up and saved your butts.
Well, I mean, mine was a little bit while later, but yeah, no, I mean, it all looks like it checks out.
No, it was very. Armos I just found really quick, and it was like 6 seconds, and then I found you. It just felt like a long time. Isn't that right, Sid?
It's because we're in the shadow place. You know, time just moves differently here. Ask the big guy. Ask the fallen.
All right, well, I don't know what we have to do to help you, Armos, but we'll do what we can. How about we move on?
Yeah, I think we also just need to. I know again, I know I'm just gonna sound like a broken record here. But the mounds of blood ore, we really need to talk this out before you go ahead and start smacking stuff. Because since you made me and Minus write our names in your book, I feel like we kind of get a vote.
But
does that kind of make sense?
It's a protection spell.
Yeah, but
there's no way that could go wrong.
Reginald goes, they don't get a vote. That's not in the clause. They don't get a vote.
I feel like we should get a vote because I feel like every time that one of these come up, we have to not only deal with whatever's in front of us, but then we're dealing with like a kid in a candy shop at the same time. And I feel like if we're gonna be on this mission together, then we need to all be on the same page. Again, I'm not saying it's a for sure no, but we at least need to have a conversation. So let's, worry about the giant robot things in front of us before we tackle that, if you get what I'm saying.
Wait, you said that there would be a conversation about the Bloodshards last time, and there wasn't.
But Minus almost died, so we had to leave.
Yeah. Okay, good point.
Armos, look at this. And I show him one of my pages from my book, and it's like a really happy picture of Armos and Reginald together, like a portrait I drew of them. And I'm like, this is you normally. Now look at this. And I take his book out and show him the Nothic. This is your brain on blood shards.
Oh. No. I got two eyes. There's no way.
No. Yeah. No, he's right.
All right, Sully. And I kind of smack him on the thigh. It's time to get up.
I mean, I was never sleeping. I like to pretend I'm sleeping. Try to get a sense of what life used to be. So, very interesting conversations you have.
We didn't ask that much. It's okay. It's okay. You can stop.
Okay. So the three of you get some sleep. Sully is on watch, pretending to be asleep. And so is Berthie, as the three of you begin to snooze. You wake up sometime later, and Berthie is already geared up, ready to go. And you appear closer to the road than you previously camped. You felt like in your sleep sometime you were shifted or moved in some way, but the campsite looks exactly how you left it, but the road just seems closer, which is very odd to you three. Perhaps Shadowfell's playing some more of its tricks on you again. Then you hear from across the dirt path a sound of a jingling bell, like a cat's bell. You look over to the side of the road, and there is a tall, thin tent with a purple and white stripe pattern standing at about 15 feet tall. The tent itself looks like a carnival ticket booth. The tent also looks like it's only able to fit one person standing inside of it. As you face the tent, there's an opening in the shape of like a service window. And from what you can see, if you try to look inside, it's pitch black, complete darkness. And you hear psst, psst from the tent. What are the three of you doing?
I don't like the way Tony's fucking smiling right now. Fuck this thing. I don't know what this shit is. Whatever. He's smiling ear to ear right now.
I'll do it. I'll walk over there and see what's up.
God.
So I walk over to the booth and I say, hello? Who is it?
As you walk over to the booth, Berthie sees the tent and like tries to like stop you as you are now lured over to the booth. And Berthie looks confused, but puts on his plague doctor mask, almost like he's getting ready for something. And Jarrell, as you walk over, you approach the tent, the darkness is still pitch black. There's no light. You can't even see anything inside of it. But you do see a silhouette, a black silhouette of a humanoid cat, similar to that of a tabaxi, There are no details. You cannot see any details or defining features other than a slender outline of the tabaxi and a sharp white cat-like grin, sparkling white teeth, and you hear the occasional jingling of a cat's bell, like perhaps this thing is wearing jewelry on it. And in a elderly feminine voice, welcome. You look like you're in the market for some, well, goods.
No, I mean, I don't need any matinee movie tickets. I don't see even a theater around. And I just look behind the booth.
I'm not selling tickets to any show unless you really want tickets for a show. But I host a very special style of business and accept all forms of currency. I can provide you with any kind of information you seek, perhaps any goods you're in the market for.
What do you mean, any sort of information?
I'll cut to the chase. My time is limited. And just like that, what appears into view, like it's always been there, on like a small counter within the darkness, is a odd-shaped hourglass. Green sand slowly falling to the bottom. It looks like the timer just started. I have time to talk to each of you once and grant the request or trade or barter with you once, if you're so inclined.
Okay. I'm gonna start with the obvious question then. How the heck do we get out of Shadowfell if we want to?
There are many ways, but one must forfeit payment for me to answer this question.
Okay, so how much is my answer?
What are you offering?
It's such a cat. That's such a cat answer. What are you gonna give me?
I put forth the golden magical fruit, the last one I have. It's a magical fruit. And I give it, and I put it on the counter.
You assume she looks at the fruit. Okay. And then you hear like some movement in the background and a giant cat-like finger, massive, like the size of a truck. Just the index of a cat's pointer finger peers through the ticket window, looks way bigger than what the tent can actually hold inside of it. The size of this finger is about the size of Sully. Huge fingertip pushes a tiny gold coin on the counter. The fuzzy fingertip melts back into the darkness. Claim your coin and your question will be answered.
Hurry up, Drell.
Okay.
I want to go next.
Yeah, okay. I pick up the coin.
You pick up this coin and it has an outline of a cat wearing lavish jewelry on it with one eye. It looks like a gold coin, and then, like magic, the cat on the coin winks at you, and then a little tiny flash of light. Your mind is filled with information on how to get out of Shadowfell. You know about the Fell Ogburn. You know that there are various spells that wizards can cast. You know that there are portals, and you know that there are, in your location, there are 3 portals to go in and out that need to be activated. There is the Fell Ogburn that works anywhere, and you need a very specific type of oil to make it that is crafted and created in Shadowfell. And you know that wizards and other magical folk that can realm walk or plane shift could go in and out of Shadowfell at will.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm taking that as a win because I was either going to ask how to get out or ask for the oil lantern or the lantern oil. So I was 1 for 2. So, okay, wow, thank you. And I turn around and I start walking back towards Minas and Armos, and I whisper, one of you asked for the oil.
All right, am I next?
Minutes go.
All right, move over.
And as Drell walks away with the coin, you see that a bunch of sand drops in the hourglass, and it looks 1/3 of the way full.
All right, listen. Okay, so how do I get taller? No, wait. Is there a magical potion to make me taller? No, wait. Where can I find the best cookies in the world? Wait, no, that's the, Oh, there's so many questions. Guys, there's so many questions I could ask.
You can ask questions, or
Minas
perhaps
asked
there's
for the
something
oil.
material that you would like. A weapon, some armor.
Don't get greedy, Minas.
Minas does something very selfish.
Oh my god.
Minas ponder some more, throwing some random stupid stuff out there like, oh, wait, is there something that'll make me run faster? Is there something that'll make me jump faster? Can I get a fun, silly hat for Sid? What about Reginald? Can you get him more hay? That kind of stuff. And then he's kind of sitting there pondering, and he thinks back to the dream he had and his dad telling him that he wasn't worth it and that he was never going to be anything and that Miranor was better than him. He goes, tell me where the Crystal Hydra is of the Kambuki Isles. Where does it live?
What are you offering, Mademoiselle?
This is going to give up something actually very special to him. I really don't want to give this up, but I feel like it makes sense for the moment. Minas pulls out the cookies he received from his mom in the letter.
Minas, please don't be stupid. Think about what you're doing, Minas.
He goes, listen, these were made with love. I promise you these are going to be the best cookies you've ever had. And a tear rolls down his cheek and he passes the cookies over.
You lay the cookies on the counter. Understood, little one. And then a massive cat-like finger slowly pushes a golden cat coin onto the counter, massive in size, and then takes the cookies with its giant index finger and pulls it back in. A crunch could be heard through the darkness.
Damn it. He's so stupid, Ormos. It's the only thing we could still eat down here.
I know. Never got to try them.
I hesitate for a moment, but then grab the coin.
Just like Drell's, the coin winks at you, and then you are filled with this information. And there is an exact point on the Kambuki Isles where this massive Hydra is located. However, when you think of the massive Hydra, it is suddenly blurred out of your memory of the exact details of what the Hydra looks like. Nothing is steady or stable. There is no defining characteristics that remain the same longer than a second. It has 3 heads. No, it has 17 heads. No, it has 1 head. It looks like no Hydra you've ever seen before. It is at a very specific town in the Kambuki Isles. Town of Sanlow, Sanlow. This town of Sanlow comes into view with this massive Hydra towering within the city, its many necks wrapped around tall structures. The city itself looks primitive, but built in glorious ivory white stone. The town is mixed in races that you see some people walking around, but mostly heavily Minotaur. And the town itself looks like a town that Minotaurs would build.
Ooh, brain blast.
And as you get this brain blast, you zoom out and you can now add a cat coin to your inventory. And as you take the coin and sound of eating cookies can be heard through the darkness, the hourglass begins to fill as 2/3 of it are now filled. Armos, as although you cannot see it, you feel like you're being stared at.
God, fine, Ormos. I guess just ask for whatever you want. And I just turn around and just walk away. Drell will be the only sensible one.
There's no doubt in his mind what he wants as he approaches the cart, but what he has to offer is hard to give up. He approaches Madame Fuzel.
Yes, Red One. Or should I say, Armos?
Do you know me? No, that's not my question.
I know many people.
What's my name?
Drell of the Ashbourne.
Huh. You answered my second question. Get fucked. But I all of a sudden kind of hide behind slowly.
How do I locate Rizgulak?
The location of Ritzgulak. What do you have to forfeit?
As I'm reaching in my pocket and I drop my blood shards.
Oh, wow.
Drell slow claps from behind slowly.
That's impressive for Armos.
A wide tooth grin, pearly white cat-like teeth smile through the darkness. Armos, as you are now like at this window, your devil sight has been kicking on and off and you still cannot see what is inside this tent. It's like when you look inside with your devil sight, it's like looking through the wrong end of binoculars. Your eyes are tripping out. You feel like you're staring into another realm when you look through this darkness. For this I can do for free. And she takes the bag of blood shards with one giant cat-like finger, and she pushes a silver coin to you. Pick up the coin, and just like Minus and Drell's, it has the outline of a cat that looks like it's smiling, wearing lavish jewelry, and it winks. Goes over you. The location of Ritzkulak is in the city of Stratham, in South Trillis, also known as the Red City. The city that is currently protected and also barricaded and fortified against by Aramore City. The Queen of Aramore has that city on lockdown. It was a city that fell. It was the previous capital of South Trillis before the Kingdom of Aramore became its new capital. Ritzkulak is in Red City next to a man named Viral Grimgar. And almost as you fade out, you see the cat-like figure smile one more time as the hourglass fills. Mademoiselle is very pleased with today's transactions. Till we may meet again on the other side. And then the tent turns 2D and then retracts into the top of its point and rolls up like a wet towel, goes into itself, retracts, and then disappears out of thin air.
No, the cookies. And I run up and try to search the area where it was to see if she left any behind. Menace, how could you?
Menace doesn't say anything. Menace is just staring at this coin, eyes wide open.
Well, if the three of you are done dealing with devils and other demigods, you think we can move now? I don't know. You guys are crazy. And you see Berthie just pick up his tank cart and begins walking down the road, and Sully goes, weird, peculiar even, and just he follows Berthie.
Good job, by the way, on getting that info, Drell. I think that's going to help us get out of here.
Yeah, me out of here. I mean, I don't know. You guys better not lose sight of me, 'cause I'm out. Yeah, so I guess we kind of just follow Berthie along back on the road.
Sure
and
do.
I kind of just explain, I guess, as we're going, the knowledge that was passed on to me to Minas and Ormos about, like, at least what I know, at least, right, like, I guess what I currently remember, because I guess you told me, like, it'll come to me later on. See, only, we have a location, we know how to get out. It's like, if only we had the material for it. And I just don't look at Menace, but I just keep walking. So what'd you learn, Menace? What'd you ask him for?
I know where the Hydra is, everybody.
Wait, it's actually real? I mean, wow, no way. Where is it?
So it's in this town made of white stone where majestic beasts like myself roam.
Me and Drell look at each other like just like you, or
Almost as majestic.
oh
Okay.
yeah, okay, got it.
Yeah. So I think we kind of just like share the information with each other, like as we like keep walking.
Well, we shouldn't be too far now. We just got to go through this little valley right over here. And you realize that, like, while you guys are exchanging information, a lot of time has passed. And you continue on your journey, and the road ahead begins to dip. Or do mountains form? Are those cliffs or hills? Like a blink of an eye, the road you've been following has started to cut through a small valley. The dark, jagged ridges on either side lurk over you as you travel down the dirt path. And then Sully and Berthie stop in the middle of the road.
I bump into the back of Sully's.
Yeah. Ow. What the
leg.
fuck? Why did you guys keep walking?
Figure. And Sully like takes his club and like gets it at the ready. Standing 20 feet away from you, revealing itself beyond a dark boulder, is a limping man. Crawling and limping, he stops in the middle of the road. Its limbs are mismatched, and it looks at you like it hasn't eaten in weeks. Standing there naked is a thin man that lifts its head to reveal a large, fish-like face with a wide open and gaping mouth, and it yells and spits gunk, and it spews all over the floor. It flares its arms, revealing massive webbed-like hands and claws, and it sprints at you. And Sully goes, "Sorrow Swan." I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Oh, we heard about these things back in the... Oh, it's coming towards us, guys.
7.
Nat 20, baby.
15.
This Sorrowsworn, the thing you have heard so much about, this decrepit man, this with fish-like features, looks starving. You can see its rib cages and rotting flesh, its web-like claws. Look, it starts to make a mad dash towards you. Starting at the top of the round, initiative 20. Drell, what are you doing?
So I am going to pull out my axe, and as it's getting closer to me, I'm gonna kind of make my way towards it, and I'm just gonna say, look, man, we don't even have any more cookies, and we've been eating this fucking leaf shit all day. And I'm gonna go ahead and just take a swing with my axe and try to hit him. Oh my gosh, that's another nat 20 back to back, baby.
What?
Yep, that is the worst. 11 damage for at least my first attack.
You run up to the Sorrowsworn, and the Sorrowsworn does not seem to be slowing down as you just lay your axe into him, slashing across his chest from shoulder to rib.
And then I am going to go ahead and take my second attack, and I'm going to attack recklessly with it. And that's a 22 to hit. And that is 14 damage on the second attack.
You come up with the second attack as you take your first swing, slice across him, and as soon as you slice down on him with your axe, the wounds instantly heal, as you don't feel like you did as much damage as you possibly could.
Well, I was just gonna call him a freak, and then I was gonna end my turn.
Its mouth is like 5 feet long, ajar, as it looks like it's ready. It can like swallow the top of your body.
The only thing I'm gonna let you eat is a Tic Tac. End of turn.
We're gonna move to initiative 15. Minus.
It's time to try out these new puppies. And I pull out my 2 silver rapiers, and I'm gonna just take 2 regular swings and a bonus attack with my dual wielding. And that's going to be a 16, a 22, and another 16.
The first 2 attacks miss as it starts to get scraggly and it starts moving out of the way. The 22 will hit.
Mother trucker? My goodness.
Whoa, language.
As it takes 10 piercing damage and 5 damage from my mark and my little SIDS.
The SIDS do not affect it. The mark does not affect it. The silver rapier does full damage.
My mark doesn't affect it?
It takes 10 points of damage as you slash it with your silver rapier. We're going to move to initiative 10, which is this creature looking at Drell. It's going to ignore Minister attacks and wail on him.
Wait, why aren't you gonna hit him?
A massive webbed claw comes down and strikes with a unnatural 20 to hit, dealing. You take 22 points of slashing damage, and now I need you to make me a strength check of a strength saving throw of a DC 16.
That is a 26.
As this thing is wailing on you with its web claws, you see that as it's making contact, it's trying to grab onto you and it's trying to climb on you, but it's unsuccessful as it's like dancing around you, slashing, and then it's going to bite with a 21 to hit, dealing 10 points of piercing damage and an additional 21 points of necrotic damage.
Drill finally looks at him and goes, oh man, Menace, I'm feeling alive. It's been a while since something's actually kicked my ass.
This thing is moving rather quick for how linky it looks. On initiative 10, you see the giant, you see Sully come over and goes, Sorrowsworn, bang, and a giant club comes down. Ooh, just barely misses the Sorrowsworn as the tree trunk lands behind him as he's just too scrappy while he's trying to eat you, Drell, or attack at you.
Sully, he's literally biting my neck. How did you miss that?
While Sully is attacking, you look back at Berthie, and Berthie is hiding behind the cart. And he goes, this is why I have him. This is why I have Sully. This is why I have Sully. This is why I have Sully. And we're going to move to initiative 7, Armos.
We are going to cast Hex as a bonus action and then Eldritch Blasting twice. First one is a 25 to hit, and the second one is an 18 to hit.
Those both hit.
Sweet.
As the Eldritch Blast swerve around Drell.
27 damage total.
As these 2 Eldritch Blasts come from around Drell and Menace, hitting you directly in the chest.
I kind of like where I'm sitting. I'm gonna just hang out. I'm gonna keep my distance from it.
Drell, at the top of the round, what are you doing?
I'm going to look at Menace. I'm going to say, let's go have some fun. And I'm going to then whisper Marmalade to my axe. And then I'm just going to walk right back up to it. And then actually I'm going to do a 6 somersault. And then I'm going to try to hit him with an uppercut with my axe. Because Drell is all about killing beasts, but he's trying to do it with style. And that is a 23 to hit.
That's going to hit.
So that's 7 normal damage plus 3 frost damage. I'm going to go in for my second attack. That is a dirty 20 to hit. That's 5 normal damage with 4 frost damage. And then I'm going to, you guessed it, action surge. And I'm going to attack recklessly this time. It's a 19 to hit on the first one. 7 normal damage plus 3 frost damage. And my fourth and final attack is a 22 to hit with 7 regular damage and 5 frost damage.
Drell, you start wailing on this thing. Boom, as your axe is coated in ice and the ice is breaking off and shards are getting stuck inside his tight skin. That sounded really weird. As you start slashing and wailing at this thing, every wound you're inflicting on this thing, it's like instantly healing over, and you feel like you should be hitting harder. Your attack should be affecting this thing more, but it just keeps eating the attacks and keeps charging after you. We're gonna move to initiative 15, Menace.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I want to show Drell up, so I'm like, haha, fun's my middle name, and watch where you're throwing those bolts, Ormos. And I'm going to do a front handspring to a backflip, and I want to try and backflip over this thing behind it.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check as you try to backflip over him.
That's a nat 20!
Fuck, he's doing it so cool.
Whoa! And then I'm going to do the same amount of attacks trying to hit this thing from behind. Do I get advantage from behind or no?
You do.
Oh, awesome. That's a nat 20 to hit. That's a 23 to hit and a 22 to hit.
All 3 of those will hit. That first attack is gonna get double the dice.
Gotta love that, you know? Gotta love that. So I do all those flippy flips and get behind it and do 13, 12, 25 plus 9, 34 damage. And then, I mean, it's marked, and like the SIDS and my mark does another 5 damage. I'm guessing of nothing.
As SIDS and the mark damage go off, it looks like it doesn't affect it, but your silver weapons are tearing this thing up, and the wounds inflicted by the silver weapons are not healing.
See, that's how you have fun, Drell.
We're gonna move to initiative 10 as the Sorrowsword, now feeling the burning pain of your silver weapons, turns around and lunges at you, Menace.
Oh god.
First, with a bite with a 27 to hit.
Owie.
7 points of piercing damage and an additional 17 points of necrotic damage. He is then going to slap and slash at you with his webbed claws. With a 24 to hit, dealing 13 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make me a strength saving throw of a DC 16.
I got a 16. Nah.
So as this thing is like slashing at you with its web claws, it's also trying to grab onto you as it's like munching down on you. It's like as you're slashing with your swords, it gets like a nice bite right on your shoulder.
Ow,
as it's trying to hold on to you.
So as the thing is biting on Menace's neck, and Menace can kind of like see me for a second, I lower my glasses and I look at him and I say, "Sentinel attack." And I'm gonna use my reaction, which is when a creature within 5 feet of you makes an attack against another target other than you, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against the attacking creature.
Yes. I had
So
no
I
idea
get
you
another-
took this.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It was my most recent
Wow.
feat that I took. Yeah. That's why I wanted to know if you were next to me or not. Oh, it's not as cool. Fuck, it's only an 11, so I'm pretty sure it misses.
That is going to
Luck
miss.
point. Luck point.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to do it. 22 to hit.
22. There you go.
Yeah. So that is 17 damage total.
You hit him with this nasty sentinel attack as he shifted its focus to Menace, and you take the opportunity to take advantage of it as you start slashing at its back, capitalizing on Menace's silver wound marks. While staying on initiative 10, Sully's gonna go, and Sully goes, throw attack, and he's going to try to grapple the Sorrowsworn. Ooh. Sully takes advantage of the situation while you guys are just like wailing on it. He picks it up with both hands and he goes, Sully, throw. Launches the Sorrowsworn over the cracked hills of this valley and chucks some perfect arcs. And you see this thing go in the distance. A few moments pass. Out of view.
Sully, we were clearly in the middle of something. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, there goes our fun.
I was having some fun. Yeah, what the fuck, Sully?
Sully, good?
No.
Sully, bad?
Next time, whale with tree, Sully.
Well, you got to admit, it was a great throw.
I mean, yeah, true.
I mean, that was pretty. I don't think I could throw him that far. Can you draw?
I mean, I probably could have, but I had to warm up first.
You know, back in my day, I could throw it over that mountain over there.
Swear to God, I could.
Berthie goes, good job, Berthie. Wow. It's late.
Yeah, good job, Berthie, for doing nothing.
Yeah.
So fine.
Berthie gets up from behind the cart. He reveals himself from hiding. Goes, good job, Sully. That's why I have you around. You're great. You're a great bodyguard. Thank you. See, what would you guys do without him? It's rid of those pesky Sorrowsworn.
We would have killed it. I think we would have killed it.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like the guy was giving you a run for your money.
Where were you during that fight?
What are you
by
talking
the
about?
way?
I was back there. I was getting some stuff. But anyway, moving on. You see Berthie starts going down the road with his handcart with Sully. Sully goes, did I do good, boss? You did the best, Sully. You were the star of the show. As the two of them continue talking down the road.
Drell, I don't like Berthie that much anymore.
I've not liked either of these people for like the longest time.
I still like Sully a lot, even though he threw that.
Okay. All right. Let's not get crazy.
He's not in my bestest friend column. He's just in the best friend column. Don't worry. All right. Shing, shing. Time to move on.
So the three of you reluctantly sheath your weapons, unsatisfied, as Sully threw the Sorrowsworn away, and you travel down the path, and somehow manage to stick to the path this whole time. The path takes you up a steep hill. Is there anything you guys would like to do as you are walking up this steep hill?
Yeah, I need to take another long rest.
The path takes you up this steep hill, and before you, appearing into sight, is a shadowy city. Behind tall, thick, reinforced walls, tall guard towers, the buildings somehow look twisted in design, but look strong enough and well built. As you gaze upon the city, you see the road leads right to its front gates. There is a small line of cloaked figures walking into the city through its guarded gates. And when you look at the front gate, you see a banner being flown over the main gate, the symbol of the Red Dawn.
Oh, God.
That is where we're going to end today's session.
I knew it. I knew Sully was part of the Red Dawn.
Newest recruit.
Man.
Yep.
What an interesting episode. We learned a lot, which I mean, well, we learned tons, which is going to be a lot of fun to talk about. We got a little bit of action, even though, Minus and I, I mean, Armos was doing what it does, right? But Minus and I were in there in the trenches.
Almost does what almost do, If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
You're lucky I don't do it to you. And sometimes I do.
Anytime Armos doesn't hit Drell with it, he sees it as a win. So
That's good stuff. Good episode. Can't wait for the after show.
Yeah, I'm really glad you got to meet Madame Fazelle.
Madame
That was fun.
That was really cool. I didn't know
stuff
what
like
to
that's always cool.
expect going into that. I was like, this is a trap.
A few things to say about all that stuff. I'm writing down right now what I need to talk about in the after show.
What
about a little sneak peek, Menace?
A sneak peek?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was something I was going to do at the tent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll talk
Ask
about,
for oil.
Things I...
The one thing Drell wanted. No, I'm just kidding.
There was things I was thinking about. When I was trying to think of something about... Scratch that. when we were long resting, I had something that I wanted to do, and I'm not sure if it comes through in the podcast, but I couldn't remember what I wanted to do. I remembered as soon as we got to the fight. I'm going to talk about that in the after show. There were things I forgot to do when we long rested.
Nice.
So there's mistakes, things that could have happened, all kinds of things will be revealed in the after show.
Cool.
Nice.
I know, what is it? We wanted to see what else has been going on. What are you guys binging? You guys got any other topics?
Yo, I got some. Well, all of us have been binging, or at least definitely Jared and I. At the time of this was being recorded, so a few weeks ago, Dark and Darker, my man, the game is golden. It's so good. Even the raw state of its alpha testing is like the perfect fix for me. It's so good. I cannot wait for this game to freaking come out. There's like leaks that it might come out in April. Not confirmed. I don't know. But man, Dark and Darker. Woo. When I'm not playing D&D, I'm playing D&D.
Yeah, D&D and Tarkov.
So much fun.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I've been meaning to play.
You should, man.
Yeah, I've just been so busy with Magic: The Gathering. That's all I've been really playing.
Anything else that you've been?
No, I guess time of recording, the new season for Magic just got dropped today. So I'm, after we get off this, I'm about to go crank a few more hours in it, and then call it a night.
Nice. If you get any new decks, let me know. You should try a fire or mountain burn deck. You just cast damage spells the entire time, and you have few creatures, but if you do, they do something with spells, which is really fun. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I am also taking deck advice or deck suggestions in the Discord and on Twitter. So if you guys play Magic, let me know.
Also, troll decks on.
I have heard those are fun.
Oh my god, they're insane.
All right, boys. I think that's it.
Sure is.
All right.
Thanks for chilling. Thanks for hanging out.
Later.
Bye.
And now it's time for the Patreon shoutouts. First up, we got the Bloodshard Bandits here. And our first Bloodshard Bandit is Ulrich Shieldust. Ulrich's quest for his missing blacksmith hammer has led him to dark and strange places. He is currently investigating a lead given to him by somebody that goes by the name of Jack Informant. Wait, Ulrich now realizes he may have goofed and now just might be lost. If you see his golden blacksmith hammer, please handle it with care and do not under any circumstances try to use it. Next up, we have Alara Dawnstar. Alara's ears are ringing as she feels her name was recently mentioned in a shadowy land far off. In tune with her inner self, she knows something is amiss or afoot, perhaps. Back at Scoreus' temple, she resumes her training and guards the blue gem with her very life. When suddenly, there is a knock at the door. Next, we have the infamous Julius Kendrick. Julius Kendrick is up to no good as he travels through the land of shadows. His evil cunning and smart wit, Julius is sure to cook up a plan to get revenge on our heroes. Or should we say, Revenger? Next up is our newest member of the Bloodshard Bandits here, Rains. Rains is newly promoted in the world of meteorology, bringing a whole new meaning to the name of meteorologist. In recent events, Rains was forecasting weather storms, and while forecasting, a large meteor-like object was falling from the sky. Who could have been behind such a meteor? No one knows, but luckily, Rains was there to save the day. Now we're going to move on to the Sidja College alumni here. First up, we have Artemis. Artemis has been hearing strange noises in the Alchemy dorm house at the Sidja College. As head of security, he has taken personal interest to the cause of all the ruckus. Destroyed closets and mysterious roughhousing will not go unpunished. Next up is Robert Crisp, an artificer with determination and big plans. But recently, while working on some new tech, there was a slight malfunction, causing the rocket-powered orb of transportation to fly off into the distance in a fiery blaze. But fear not, he's confident that it won't hurt anybody. Lastly, for the Sidja College alumni is Ralamus. Ralamus is one of our newer gnomish members of the Sidja College alumni, rocking his way through South Trillis. Ralamus is the lead singer to the band named Beholder. Very fitting, because when they start a show, it's all eyes on him. And when Ralamus takes the stage, Don't let his small size fool you, because this barbarian is sure to make any party into a rager. Now we're going to move on to Humbraea's heroes. First up is Alex Dredd. Alex has returned home with a fresh bounty. Dead, of course. But Alex Dredd does what Alex Dredd do. Shoot first, ask questions never. Next is Man with Glass, and we have an update with his court case with Man with Stone. It seems during a very physical witness testimony cross-examination process, they have finally moved to closing arguments. And during closing arguments, Man with Glass shattered the proverbial mirror and brought the jury to tears. We await for jury deliberation. Lastly, we have Sergio Rodriguez, a vagabond, wayward, traveler of the solstice who wanders the land of Humbrea. But what does he seek? Perhaps a fight, or simply a place to hang his hat? And that's it for this week's shoutouts. If you would like to be added, go on over to our Patreon, found in the link down below. And until next time, everybody, have a good one.